Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very good. Thank you so much for giving time for Happy Summit. I know that you are busy and you are also doing many things. So we are recording this for the participants who are watching this at 5 a.m. in the morning. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me. It is always a pleasure to talk to you. You are a true warrior for the veganism and ahimsa.
Thank you, sir. Just getting inspiration from you every day. Sir, this summit is about being happy, and that today's topic is about being abundance and feeling being happy in life. So I want to talk about these three things with you because what whenever I met you, I feel that you are truly a happy human and a truly abundant one, and you have lived the life and you're still living life with the same energy which maybe you were living in your young age. So I could not imagine a better example than you. Hence my questions are these. Number one, what is happiness for you, or what is the definition of happiness for you?
Definition of happiness is that whatever condition you are in, you should perceive to be happy. Even though you may be going through pain and suffering in life, God is so divine, is so loving and so kind and so generous about it that He is always blessing us under any circumstances we are. So, under the disguise of some pain and suffering, there is always hidden happiness inside for us, and that's a gift from the divine. So, my definition of happiness is that happiness which comes from within, which is your soul, and people usually mistake happiness with a pleasure. Pleasure is momentary and it comes from outside source. And happiness is eternal and it comes within from you. So my mentor, Sri Akbar Ali Jetha, who made me vegan 35 years ago in 4 sentences, his book Reflection, the first sutra is, if you are not happy now, you may never be. So the message is that you should feel happy about everything in life, even though you are under tough situation. You should feel happy that you are alive, that you are lucky, that you have given a birth as a human being as compared to the other our brothers and sisters who doesn't have that kind of luxury of having our senses and resources and abundance which God has provided to us. And my experience says that if you feel that way from within, then the happiness, that material happiness follows it. So that is what, in short, I can say, and I can describe more if you have any other question. That
Sure, sir. That's
good,
amazing. Wow, I love that line. If you're not happy in now, you may never be happy in your life.
right?
So that means you have to learn the art of being happy in now.
Exactly.
How did you learn that art, sir? What happened? How the life taught you this lesson, and what is the meaning of life for you from this angle where you feel like happiness is in now?
That is because of my mentor Akbar Ali Jetha, who I met 35 years ago, and who said 5 sentences, and that converted me and my wife vegan. And he said that if you become 1% harmless, you can get 1% benefited. If you become 100% harmless, if you get 100% benefited. And I asked him, who gives me all this benefit? So he said, whatever, whoever you consider your God, your Krishna, Allah, Jesus, Mahavira, Buddha, whoever you consider, or Prakriti, or nature, they give you abundance in life if you are harmless, egoless, truthful, and honest. So the basic philosophy of life is all about is that if you are harmless, egoless, truthful, and honest, meaning you don't harm anybody, nobody can harm you. So if nobody can harm you, the God has given us the birth with a blessing that you are always in a moment of love, joy, happiness, truth, kindness, generosity, be a giver, not a taker, and be in a bliss, and be a truthful. But why most of the people are not that, and we are always in the fear, worry, guilt, pain, suffering, envy, anger, jealousy. That is all because of our karma. So when we become vegan, and then I ask him, what do I have to do to become harmless, egoless, and truthful and honest? He said, just drop the milk. So we just drop the milk, not other dairy product, but still the internal process start as soon as you decide even mentally that I want to be vegan. I don't want to hurt cows. I don't want to hurt anybody. And the whole process starts. And then you get a message from within that if you are not drinking milk, how can you have yogurt or ice cream or something like that? And then it grows from within that if you are not taking dairy product, how can you use leather, wool, silk? These are physical things. But then the process goes beyond that, that you become mentally harmless, egoless, and truthful. So mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, you have to become harmless, egoless, truthful, and honest by your thought, word, and deed. Means you don't cheat anybody, you don't say something bad to anybody, and don't think about anybody to be like take a revenge or be fearful about anybody. So that is a process, and then it your brain start thinking, your life start thinking in that way. So you don't think to hurt anybody. And once you are at that stage, then you will realize that divine has given so much to all of us that it is unbelievably kind and generous to us. But we cannot experience it and we cannot understand it unless you stop being harmful to anybody. So, in my understanding, we are all living unconscious life right now. We don't know the meaning of life. What is the meaning of the life is? Meaning of the life is that we are agent of the God. Saint Francis of Assisi has said, "Make me an agent of divine to bring peace on the earth." So we are all agent of the God. We are supposed to bring peace, happiness, joyfulness, and compassion to the people. And once you start thinking in that respect, then the door opens of heaven. There is no heaven or hell upstairs or downstairs. It's all here. And I'm perfect example of it because I have gone through three cancers, one stroke, two kidney disease, one Crohn disease, two bankruptcies, and I have today so much abundance. Okay, I cannot describe it. Just yesterday, one Jain Muni, very famous Jain Muni, Namra Muni, who has a 13 ashram in Gujarat in Maharashtra. They invited me to take their kitchen here in Ghatkopar and make it vegan kitchen. They said, take over and make everything vegan. So we are going to make one kitchen vegan for so many vegan Jain people, bring them a knowledge why you should be vegan, why you should not drink milk and ghee and all those things. So who gives all this thing to me? I didn't go out and ask for anything. They seek me. And why they seek me? Because I'm trying to consciously live harmless, egoless, truthful way of life. And that you have to do it knowingly. And that becomes your life, then you get abundance. Like I was going through bankruptcy a couple of times in my life. I had one time money not to buy airline ticket and pay for my airline ticket. And now God has given me so much that I'm a managing trustee of the trust, which is a property worth 150 crores. You have done the Ubuntu has come many times and we have done potlucks and other. So I'm fully example um, of showing that if you become harmless, egoless, and truthful way of life by thought, word, and deed, everything is there. We just have to open our eyes and it's in front of us.
Wow, sir. Wow. So, you have already answered my next question, a part of it for already, but I still want to focus on this question because the topic of this today's is abundance, and you talked about abundance, and you said that we need to become harmless, egoless, and we need to be a giver. But I feel that everybody wants to, but somewhere there is a mindset of that I do not have enough. First, let me first do things to for myself. First, let me have enough money, enough things, and then I want to give. but today is not the day I can give. Today is I'm not enough to give. So abundance, how do you define abundance? How can anybody be a abundance? And because people are like listening to you, who are, even there are students who are listening to you now. Student can say, how can I feel abundance? I'm just a student. So how do you define abundance, and can anybody feel abundance, or somebody has to go through life transformation and then only can feel abundance and then they start giving?
That's the beauty of life. Our divine is so loving and generous and kind and compassionate that he has given abundance to everybody. Now, I'll give you an example. Suppose somebody is a student. He is hardly having enough money to educate himself or feed himself. He doesn't have to give money. He can give compassion. You can release somebody's pain. Some poor person is sitting there and you can spare 1 rupee or 10 rupee, and that will make a meal for them. Or give an advice to somebody who is confused, who is in the pain or suffering. You give a shoulder to cry. That is also abundance. So money should not be equated with the abundance. Abundance of health, abundance of compassion, abundance of generosity. So there are many ways you can do. And this is like a domino effect. Once you start this process, then things will happen automatically. You don't have to do it. You have to just change the frame of your mind and don't feel guilty or pain or guilty about it. "Okay, I don't have much. I am very much depressed. I don't have any resources." Everything will follow you, provided you do this harmless, egoless, truthful, and honest. That is, these are the four pillars of our life. And once you follow this by T, meaning knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, do not harm anybody by saying something, by thinking something, or by doing something. And then the floodgate will open. I am telling you from my own experience. I cannot explain that opportunities God has given me. That just let me tell you that all my life I was a food business in USA. I retired in 2007. Now in 2024, I'm 80-year-old, and we have just created mind-blowing butter, vegan butter for Indian market. We are going to compete directly with Amul butter and Nutralite, and we'll be selling thousands of tons of vegan butter. Now, who gives me this kind of ideas and courage and strength to do it at the age of 80? Divine gives, because divine thinks that I am divine's agent and I can do something good for the cows. So, what is my motivation in life? My motivation in life right now is that if I make one more vegan, just one more vegan, by virtue of making them eat butter and milk and non-dairy things, one more cow's life is saved in their lifetime of consumption of butter. So that is my motivation. My motivation is not just to make money. If I make money, I'm going to do charity. So the same way, somebody who is a college going student, or somebody is doing a good job or looking for a job, your motivation should be that of course you should be fed all right. Of course you should have a comfortable life. But then think about somebody else who is not as lucky as you are. That you are lucky, you have education. People do not have money to educate themselves. Just to give you an example, and that in our trust, we have a school which is a free school for Gujarati medium girls. And the girls coming from there comes from Jhupatpatti, like poorest of the poor people. So these girls comes hungry in the morning. Education is free, but they are hungry. So we are feeding them high protein, high calcium soya milk. Now we are feeding 300 girls soya milk. How much it costs to me? 1500 rupees. That's it. So 1500 rupees is bringing smile to 300 girls in their life. And I think I've asked the people that please check whether their attendance has improved, whether their health has improved. So you can do many things. It doesn't have to be a lot of money or a lot of time. Do something about it. And once you start doing something about it, the karma's theory take into effect. So when you do good karma, you get good result back. And also there is a multiplication. If you do good karma, you will get benefited 20 to 40 times your karma in next 20 to 40 years. And if you do bad karma, you will get punished 20 to 40 times more in next 20 to 40 years. See, the irony is that if you do some bad karma right now, if I try to cheat you something, suppose something for 1 lakh rupees, I don't get punished tomorrow. I get punished after 20 years. So I cheat you for 1 lakh and I feel happy in my mind. Oh, I have cheat you for 1 lakh rupees and I am happy about it. After 20 years, something happened big, like cancer comes to me. And at that time, I go to temple and try to complain to the God. Oh God, why did I get this? What did I do wrong? I forgot that I cheated you for 20 years ago. So be conscious about it. Okay, nothing goes unnoticed in life because karma theory is very, very strict. It's like software and hardware. Whatever you put inside, it will come out same way. So we
Wow.
have to be conscious about our life. Most of the us we are living unconscious life, and ultimately the happiness or bliss or enlightenment will come to you only if you follow this simple rule to start with, and then the progress will come into your life automatically. You don't have to do too many things. That's what
Wow,
my
sir.
experience is all about.
Wow, sir. Wow. Wow. I'll have, I think, last two questions to you. Number one is, have you heard about Easterlin paradox?
No, I'm not aware of it. Can you explain to me,
Yes.
please?
So the Easterlin paradox is a paradox which is a graph between money and happiness, and it shows that after till certain point in everybody life, that point is a different point, but till certain point money is directly proportional to happiness, and after that point either happiness becomes stagnant or it starts going down. The money does not add to happiness, and that is true for everybody. What do you think, sir, about this paradox?
100% right. Because my guru or my friend Akbar Ali Jeta, he was a multimillionaire in the 60s and 70s, right? So why he became vegan? I became vegan to get out of the bankruptcy, right? So when I told him that I'm going to be bankrupt, he said, drop the milk and become vegan, and then you will be benefited by it. He became vegan because he had abundance of everything. He was crores of rupees wealthy. But he said, I'm wealthy, I can spend money without counting, and still I'm not happy. So that money doesn't come bring happiness. But it is true that all this spirituality and godliness and that awareness comes when your stomach is not hungry and you have a cloth and you have a shelter to live into life. So the basic necessities required, like person who is working on the street whole day, and if he doesn't have enough money to eat, he's not going to think about happiness or spirituality. So Osho, Rajneesh had said that the spirituality usually comes in the affluent countries because people who cannot feed themselves, how can they be thinking about spirituality? But I totally agree that money is required because we live in Kali Yuga. We are not in the Rama Yuga or Satyug. So money is definitely required enough for you to survive and sustain yourself. Then you can do it. But like just to give you an example, if I make money now from the butter business, what am I going to use it for? I've got everything in life. Comfortable living. I have a house, I have a wife, I have children, I have a car, I have got enough abundance of money to take care of my medical needs. So, and if I want to go out for a vacation, I can go. Now, more money is the what? It's not going to bring me anything new except boosting my ego, and that is danger. When you have a too much money, then you start feeling ego, and then you start hurting people. So that is a reverse return of your investment kind of thing. So that is what we have to be careful. Like I have to be careful, you have to be careful. If we become vegan and then there is a ego also coming into it. Oh, I'm a vegan, so I'm superior to somebody. Not necessarily. There is somebody who is superior. Nobody is superior, nobody is inferior. We should be humble enough because it is ultimately divine's grace that we are having all these talks and all these things. But God is so generous. They've given us this life. They have given us this awareness. You are doing such a wonderful thing. Ubuntu, like people in Ubuntu, your workers, they are so down to earth and nice, and they work hard and they explain to the people. So these are the godly acts. What are the godly acts? Godly act to share love, joy, happiness, truth, compassion, kindness, generosity, be a giver. These are the godly acts.
Right.
Ungodly acts, like I have explained to you. So
Yeah.
this brings you the joy, which is happiness. This is the other pleasure is you buy something, or you drink alcohol, and or you smoke a cigarette, or you eat a good food, and that gives you happiness. That's a pleasure. But the happiness is coming from within you. That's what I understand it.
Beautiful, sir. Beautiful. Last maybe 2 3 minutes, and this one question which I want to ask you is: you have already shared maybe kind of a map and kind of guidelines, but because this summit is making 2025 some extra effort in your lifestyle, in your habits, in your mindset, so that you feel healthy, abundance, all that. So for abundance, what tips you can give, which are also like applicable to a student, applicable to a housewife, applicable to a worker, and applicable to an elder person, that they can start taking those small habits or mindset or some kind of lifestyle changes that they can feel abundance in 2025.
Abundance is a feeling, because if I have right now 1 crore rupees, and if I am greedy, then 1 crore is not enough for me. But if I have 10 lakhs and if I'm happy about it, it's an abundance. So I would consider abundance should be equated with doing something for the others rather than yourself. Abundance means do something for others. That is one of the very godly act, because somebody who is unfortunate to go through certain crisis or certain phase of life, and if you give them a hand and share your abundance with them, that will multiply. There is a saying in our Indian culture, is that the happiness when you share with your friends or family, it doubles, and sorrows or pain when you share with somebody, it becomes half. So your happiness, if you share with your colleague or your friends or the people who really need, that abundance will multiply in your life as well as it will multiply in others' life also. So look at the nature. What the nature gives us, everything is free. Sunlight is free, oxygen is free, water is free, the fruits are free, vegetables are free, all the food is free for us. If we really want to live comfortable in natural life, you can comfortably live in a raw food. You don't have to do anything. So God has given abundance anyway. So extra whatever abundance we have to share. That is what my principle is right now. Otherwise, there is no limit of money or abundance or power or greed or anything. So we should be thankful to the divine. The divine has already given us abundance of everything in life, and we should be thankful to divine every day and pray to the divine and bless to the others who are your friends and family and community. Bless everybody. Bless even your enemies, perceived enemy. There is no enemy here in life. So that's what I would consider, that we are in a very lucky stage of the life, that we have this awareness and an awakening of veganism, and we should use it and spread it as much as possible and try to help, unfortunately, our colleagues or our friends and our family members. But again, don't become preachy or judgmental about it, and don't discriminate anybody about it, because in your own family member you can't convert anybody if they don't have it in their karma, because it is directly related to karma. Whatever I am speaking today, to some people it will hit like a bullet, and for some people it will be entertainment, and they will forget after some few minutes. Okay, it was a good talk, but I can't change myself. I need my glass of milk or a smoothie or something like that. And we are so lucky, Abhinavji, everything is available. When I came to your restaurant, such a unbelievable food you fed me and drink. So we don't have to compromise, in fact, anything. You want pizza, you can have pizza. You want ice cream, you can have ice cream. You want anything you want, everything is available to us. So there is nothing you are compromising. And so God has given, that is abundance. Okay? God has given you solution also. If you become aware, then there is a solution. Okay, if you want to change, if your favorite item is ghee, the vegan ghee is available also. Vegan chas is available. Vegan mango lassi is available. So
Definitely.
everything is just that awakening is required, and
Correct.
that is what it is. That it will bring you happiness, and which will be unbelievably true.
Thank you, sir.
If you are not happy now, you may never be. So feel happy. Automatically, happiness will follow you.
Wow, sir, I think this is definitely going to give some, as I say, the bullet points which is going to hit their conscious mind, and then subconscious mind will awaken, because subconscious mind already knows everything what you told. It's just the difference between what conscious mind is delaying to know. I hope that this talk will, who was listening, if majority of people can understand the gist of it and can create the actions which you have shared beautifully in this few minutes of talk, the world will be a happier place. And as we say, happy me, happy we, actually you made it happy we, happy me.
Thank you very much for inviting me. If anybody wants to know more about it, there are some talks on the YouTube, which is under 3 decades of veganism, Harshad Parekh. Go
So,
and
sir,
listen to the talk, and there might be my number also there. You can call me or you can send me a WhatsApp message through you, and
sure.
I'm happy to help anybody with a personal problem or personal issue if they want to discuss in privacy.
Wow, sir, wow. You are a giver, sir, giver. Thank you so much. At 80 year, you are doing so many things. The world is a better place because you are here. I'm blessed to talk to you today, sir, and the whole community is thankful that you are giving your wisdom and support, all in, no compromise on giving. Thank you so much, sir, for being who you are.
Thank you very much. God bless all the listeners and my regards and love to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. I'll just stop the recording here.